Come closer, my sister. Let me tell you the truth. You know, these men, these husbands, they are also children of the Most High God. God is Father to all. I know He's partial to us women. That's the truth. But He's Father to everybody. I've seen many men that treated some women bad in quotes, and that woman has left eventually or whatever. And today that man is doing so good. He expecting that his life will go bad. Nah, it doesn't work like that. God forgives. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Life, Love, and Relationships. Today, I'm going to be talking about something really, really dear to my heart, and something that I've personally observed over the years. And by over the years, I'm saying even since childhood, I've watched many aunties, many older cousins, female cousins do this, and I often wonder, why do women allow their emotions to betray them? You are not your emotion. So today, we're going to unpack how to stop allowing your emotion betraying you. Just in case you're beginning to feel this is not for you, believe me, sister, this is for you more than you think. Because this is not the time to judge yourself, to flog yourself, or to overthink things. The reality is, as women, our emotions play a large role in how we make our decisions. Whether you've sat down to really observe your decision-making process or not, the truth is, as a female, our emotions, how we feel, what we feel, how we are able to control what we feel, it plays a very, very big role in our decision-making process. And as a result, in how we make our choices in life, and how our life just runs generally. So this morning, please do not judge yourself. There are even examples in the Bible. There are, a handful of women in the Bible that allowed their emotions to overrule them, and there were consequences for it. So I'm going to share some examples with you. First of all, the one that always blows me is the mother of Jabez. I'm not quite sure the Bible named her herself, or maybe I just can't remember her name, but the mother of Jabez, I often wonder. Yes, she was in a lot of pain, and because of that, she named the child Jabez, right? And that child had to carry the pain of of his mother rather, for a very long period. The Bible says that at some point the child woke up and they had to pray to God that, oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory. What if that child never woke up and prayed? What if that child just accepted that I was born with this and that is how my life is going to go? Do you know how sorrowful that life, the life of that child would have been? That mother allowed her emotions to dictate how the life of a child, a whole human being, how the life of that child would go. Ladies, let's learn to, and I'm going to get to a point where I start sharing how we can get a hold of our emotions and not allow our emotions to betray us. Because in life, we have our purposes, we have our desires as women, but it's like sometimes you desire something, but you're doing the opposite because your emotions is what is ruling you. You're allowing your emotions to get the better part of you. Your emotions can sometimes be valid, if not all times valid, but it is not always a path. It shouldn't be what is guiding you to certain life choices and how you react and how you make decisions, how you react to life in general. Your emotions should not be the one ruling. So many of us have made a permanent decision based on things that are temporal, based on feelings and emotions that are temporal. Like I said, I would be sharing other biblical examples. What we can use as an example is Rachel. Rachel was envious of her own sister Leah. I mean, if we really look at it, and in most cases for all of us, including myself, the emotions are valid. The reason why we feel the way we feel is very valid, but we must get to a point where we do not allow it to rule us, to be the sole factor in making the decisions and choices of our lives. Look at Rachel. She was envious of her sister Leah, and she cried to Jacob, "Give me children or I'll die." Instead of waiting on God, she let jealousy take the better of her spirit. She let jealousy take hold of how she communicates and how she makes demands from God. Rachel forgot she was even the chosen one. She was originally the one that Jacob chose from the beginning to be his wife. But it was the, you know, should I say, wisdom of the father, to now give Leah to Jacob. But Jacob should have just sat in her own position, owning, yes, I'm the desired one, whether she had children or not. Jacob did not love her less. We didn't read anywhere in the Bible. And this is one story of love that has always fascinated me in the Bible. Remember how many years he worked, first of all, for 7 years to get Rachel. But unfortunately or fortunately, for whatever reason known to the father, he gave her Leah. Then because of the love, he didn't settle for Leah. And this is one lesson that women must understand. Men want what they want. If you want a man and the man doesn't want you, you better run. Because no matter what, he would still get what he wants. Guess what? Jacob did not mind. He waited another 7 years. He worked, not just waited, he worked for the father, he worked for Rachel's father for another 7 years just to get Rachel. That's a whole 14 years. So she was that much desired. She was strongly desired by her husband, and she forgot all of that because of one happenstance. She allowed envy to rule her. And we all know what eventually happened to Rachel. But she was the desired one. She was the loved one. She was the chosen one. But her emotions got the better of her. So remember that envy makes you reactive and impulsive. You become impulsive. You do things that you don't even think through. And as ladies, we must always refuse to act from a place of comparison. Do not compare yourself to anyone. Because whenever you compare yourself to anyone, you lose your peace. Whenever you compare your marriage or how your man is treating you to how your friend's husband is treating her, you lose your peace and you bring that vibe, that negative energy into your home, into your relationship, forgetting that what you have is your own and you should nurture it and take care of it, and then you get the best of it. In Genesis chapter 16, we also read of the very inspiring story of Sarah. But at some point, she got tired. She got tired of waiting on God. It was God that promised. So let's not allow impatience to get a better hold of us. Impatience is also another type of feeling that we go through as women, right? And when we look at it again, it was valid. It's difficult for anybody to wait for that long before a child comes forth. So I really applaud her, but she was almost at the edge of the breakthrough. And then she told Abraham to sleep with her maid, Agar. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And that singular decision from the emotion of impatience birthed Ishmael. And from it came many long years of conflict and problems, not only for that family, for many generations to come, and even nations. Women, we are more powerful than we think for. Don't let impatience push you into self-made problems. There are problems, if we are to be honest with ourselves, there are problems that, yes, there are issues we face. My gender, there are issues we face because of how society or traditional culture has placed some things in our lives, right? But there are also things that are self-made, problems that we bring upon ourselves simply by how we feel, and we choose to react, or we choose to make decisions and respond to life based on how we feel. There is power in how we feel, but it should not be the one showing us the path our life should take. My dear sisters, this next point, bitterness in marriage. Like I have said, sometimes it is very valid because your man, your husband, or your in-laws, or any external influence in your marriage is treating you in very unfair ways, and then you become bitter. Yes, that is a valid way to feel when when people are not treating you right. But that bitterness should not dictate the choices you make in your life or how you respond to those situations. Learn to respond to the issue and not to the people. Do not use the bitterness to relate with the people in your life that God has put in your life to be a blessing in your life. And here I'll use the example of David's wife, Michal. Remember, she was really in love with him, but the years of disappointment turned into bitterness. And by all means, again, there's no woman who would watch one man acquire so many, flounder around with so many women, and then somehow bitterness would not set in, or pain. So it's valid. But then a reaction, you know, we okay, this one I agree is a very, very difficult one. But there's always consequence for everything that we do, whether we're in the right, whether we're justified or not. Look at her. When David danced, she mocked him, forgetting that this one is a specially loved man by God. And we all know what the outcome of that was. The Bible told us she remained childless. A symbol of spiritual barrenness born from contempt. Contempt. See, ladies, in this case, she is justified. But always remember that whenever you find yourself in a situation where you believe you're wrongly treated, remember that the power in your hands is the power of choice. You can choose to excuse yourself from that situation. Do you understand? Let's say, for instance, she remembered she had the choice and she left him. I mean, it would have been difficult in this situation because David was a very powerful king. So I don't think any other man would have had the guts to marry her or whatever. But to the everyday woman, just imagine that she left him. She left that man that is making her, live a life of bitterness, constant bitterness. She left him. Peradventure, she could have met another man who would love her deeply, who would free her of all the pain of her past, who would, she could have had a better chance in life than staying in that relationship and remaining constantly bitter. And then, she ended up with this type of consequence. So remember, the bitterness starves your soul. Bitterness starves the soul. When you can see that you are in that space, excuse yourself from the situation. Excuse yourself from the situation. Choose yourself. Choose to heal and surrender it to God. Because the truth is, true healing starts when you surrender the offense, not when it's justified. One thing that I found is most of the time we are looking for justification. We are telling everybody, oh, this man offended me. Oh, this man did this. You are justified. We all know. But when are you going to choose yourself? Hey, this man did this man did that. This man is not helping you. Or maybe sometimes strength is even lacking. The strength to choose yourself and say, okay, I'm going to excuse myself from this situation. It's like you don't want to leave the man that is hurting you. But at the same time, you're ready to keep crying about and forgive me if this hurts you or if this strikes a chord. You're playing victim. In most cases, you can actually pull out yourself and tell yourself, no, I will not allow myself to be a victim of this man, and go find a place to heal. So ladies, here is the important one. I've talked about being self-aware of what's going on, how your emotions is, and I've used certain examples. But here's the important one. How do we free ourselves from the trap of emotional betrayal, or what I would even call self-betrayal as women? How do you stop yourself from betraying yourself? First is, if you're lucky enough to be in a situation where, because some women do not have control over how their lives are led. But if you are lucky to be in a situation where you know that you can make the decision, but you are just refusing to make that decision to free yourself from that circumstance, be honest to yourself and tell yourself, I am not a victim. I am the one choosing to remain here. I am the one not leaving. I have the choice to leave this man. And if that is your situation, that you are making the choice, you really want this relationship, there are better ways. There are better ways to get what you want. You must always align your actions with your desires. Because so many times I've spoken to women who desire to remain in a certain marriage based on some reasons best known to them. In most cases, maybe there's no violence, there's no violence, there's no emotional violence, there's no physical violence. So they feel it's something they can still manage, right? So for whatever reason, they believe they still want that marriage, but they're not acting it. They are constantly, for example, you are rude to the man, but you want the marriage. You are doing the things that you know that if they do to you, you will not be able to accept, but you want that marriage. It's like your action never aligns with your true desire. My sister, you are betraying yourself. If truly you want the marriage, act in accordance with your desire. Act in a way that will keep you in the man's heart, in the man's love, in the man's hope. You cannot be acting otherwise. And then when the man decides that, oh, he has had enough of your disrespect, he has had enough of your rudeness, and he chases you away, you're now saying that, oh, you're not going around telling everybody that he chased you. No, it was the consequence of allowing your emotions to rule you. Sister, pick on him. Stop betraying yourself. If you want something, there's no pride. You're already in the man's house. Show that you want the thing and act in a way that keeps you there, not in a way that throws you out of the place. Look, see this tea now that I'm enjoying. I know I'm enjoying it too, but there are some parts of it that I also do not like, and I'll start forming. And the tea keeps going away from me. But I know deep down in my heart, I want it. I not only want it, I need it in my life. I will stay true to me. I've always been. I don't use sentiments when it comes to matters of the heart, because I know that your emotions can betray you. Give me the facts. Do I want this thing? Yes, I want it. Okay, I need to keep doing something that is it hurting me? Okay, I have to let this one go. I cannot stay in something that is hurting me. You have the power of choice. Always remember that. The next point that can help you in managing your emotion is surrender the pain to God. Sometimes when somebody hurts us, we believe that, we are punishing them when we hold on to the pain, when we say, and I will show him and I will show her. You're just killing yourself. My dear, come closer, my sister. Let me tell you the truth. These men, these husbands, they are also children of the Most High God. God is father to all. I know he's partial to us women. That's the truth. But he's father to everybody. I've seen many men that treated some women bad, in quotes, and that woman has left eventually or whatever, and today that man is doing so good. He's expecting that his life will go bad. It doesn't work like that. God forgives. He forgives, because we have also sinned and he forgave us. So don't think that if you hold on to the hurt this man has caused you, God will deal with him. It doesn't always work like that. Humble yourself and surrender the pain to God. Leave all your anxiety. The Bible says that we should not be anxious about anything, but with prayer and supplication, we should make all our requests known. The most painful prayer you can pray in such a situation is, God, help me to forgive this man, and help me to forgive, comfort me in such a way that all the pains of my past, all the pain that this man caused me, will be forgotten. You bring so much goodness into my life, so much love, so much success into my life that I will not even remember the pains of my past. Then you truly want to live a life of liberation from that past and hurt. Your sole concentration is not that God will punish that man. It doesn't benefit you, especially when you have now had children for the man. It doesn't benefit you, because when their father is hurting, it affects them. Surrender that pain to God and trust that God will heal you, will forgive him, will forgive you too, because sometimes we forget that we also had a role. We had a role in how things eventually turned out. My third point in helping yourself not to allow your emotions betray you is anchor to truth, not feelings. Anchor to truth, not feelings. And here's what I mean. Use the facts as your mirror. Don't look at how the circumstances made you feel or how the treatment you got from them made you. Don't look at your feelings. Put the facts on the table. It helps you to be very objective. And in addition to this, use the Bible, use the Word of God as your truth. It helps you to heal. It brings clarity. It takes you beyond the physical moment, and it takes you to the possibilities that are boundless spiritually, that God can turn these things around for your good. Anchor to the truth always. Isaiah 26:3, you will keep in perfect peace those whose mind are stayed on you. My next point, which I think would be the fourth one on how to not allow your emotions betray you, is delay reaction. Refuse to act based on how you feel. If something has happened, and I've used a lot of examples in marriage, but women, we also betray our emotions in other areas. Maybe career. Your boss did something, you didn't like it, you felt a certain way, and this happened in my team. I think about 3 months ago, we were having a meeting and somebody was saying something, and I was wondering, where is this coming from? So I had to go and talk to the person behind them and say, look, I know what you're trying to say, but we're in a meeting. You don't need to speak to her in that manner. Don't always react based on how you feel. Take your time, because your emotions will most times betray you. It is not a guide to the path you should take. Always remember that. So whenever something's happen and you feel a certain way, take it in. Don't immediately react, because when you take it in, when you allow time, and you process that thing very well, even though you might likely eventually say the same thing, but because you have allowed time to process that thing, you say it in a way that is constructive, that is not just showing you as a woman who is not in charge of her emotions, but you'd be more constructive about your reaction. So always delay, always delay. When something has happened, always delay. Maybe in your career, your boss has done something, or maybe your if you're the team lead, your subordinate, it can be your in-law, it can be anything, any other types of relationships. When things happen, learn to take it and learn to process it. And in delaying it, I beg of you, do not over process it, because we women, we do this. When something has happened and we go into our corner and then we think too much about these things, it consumes us, that by the time we are now relating with that person, we are relating from a place of pain that is deeply seated, because we have over processed it, we have overthought it. Don't do that by delaying it. I'm not saying go and think it, is this my life? See how this person treated me. Oh, you now start crying. You allow the pain to sit in your body, to sit in your bones, to sit in your blood. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Just delay to place the facts side by side and just see that, okay, there may be possibilities that this person did not really intend to hurt me. It was just something that happened, but I'm the one reacting this way. And this takes me to my last point. The one that would really liberate you, women, to help yourself not to betray yourself, or not to allow your emotions to betray you, is taking ownership. Women, we need to take ownership. The world is evolving. We're asking for equity, rightfully so. But we cannot keep saying that, oh, because he's a man, he has to do this. Oh, because this person, we're not asking for equity. We're now stepping into the power that should be rightfully our own. So taking leadership for our lives is very crucial. Own it. When things happen to you, when things happen to you, take full ownership. So you don't, it helps you not to betray yourself, number one. It helps you not to allow your emotions betray you. But also importantly, it puts you in a place where you are the one in the driver's seat of your life. It frees you. It really frees you. It liberates you, because you're the one. You're taking ownership for everything that is happening to you. So the things you don't like, you know quickly how to step out of a situation. You know how to handle a situation in a way that you do not betray yourself. Because, that ship of somebody treated me that way, oh, they are doing that ship. If not that it has even sailed, it is sailing very, very fast. So take charge of your life. My sister, you are more than what you feel. God created you. God created you with your own power. The power of choice, the power of intuition, the power of the knowledge of Him. The power, because I believe very sincerely that the person who is created to help somebody, you cannot look to somebody to help you that is not better than you in a certain area. So when God created us as helpmates, I believe very sincerely that His choice, that His thought is that He has empowered us better to go help that man. When you have this at the back of your mind, you really take charge of your life. We are created as helpmates to that man. So there is something in you. There is something in you more than the person that you're trying to help. Remember always that you are more than what you feel. Yes, you might feel broken, but that brokenness should not be your guide, should not be the one showing you the path to take. Remember the examples that we've used in the Bible of women who acted from a place of pain and brokenness and bitterness. It did not end well. Let your emotions inform you, but do not allow your emotions to form you. Do not allow yourself to be enslaved by your feelings. You are a daughter of the Most High God, and you should always allow the truth to lead you. Please share this video with women in your life that you love, who need to hear this, who you believe this would encourage so much. It's been my greatest pleasure serving you today. Thank you so much. See you in the episode next week.
Can we talk about life, love, and relationship?